So this is going to be a quick review of working with a matrix and what a matrices is and the dimensions of a matrices, or a matrix, I'm sorry. A matrix is basically just a collection of numbers in columns, or in rows and columns. It's pretty self-explanatory. The dimensions of a matrix are going to tell you how many rows by how many columns. Remember, rows are going down, so this is row 1, row 2, row 3, and columns are going across, column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay, so this dimension of this matrix, what I'm looking at here, which is matrix A, would be a 3 by 3, which means I've got 3 rows, 3 columns. Up above here, this matrix would be a 2 by 3, because there's 2 rows and 3 columns. So they're pretty simple. And the collection, it matters their location. Obviously this is row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3, row 2, column 1, row 2, column 2, row 2, column 3, and row 3, column 1, row 3, column 2, row 3, column 3. If I look at the simple operations with a matrix are, in fact, very simple. So 3a, which means I'm going to do a scalar multiplication. I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to multiply it by my matrix A. So essentially the order of the matrix doesn't change. It is a 3 by 3 here, which is 3 by 3. It's going to end as a 3 by 3. And all I'm going to do is take this 3 and multiply it by every single number inside of this matrix. So I'm going to have the resulting matrix is going to be a 6, 6, 12, negative 9, 0, negative 3, 6, 3, 6. All I did was take every number in this matrix and multiply it by 3. Okay, so that's my scalar multiplication. Now my subtraction, I'm going to take B, which is going to be 2, 0, 0, 1, negative 4, 3, negative 1, 3, 2, and I'm going to subtract it by A, which is 2, 2, 4, negative 3, 0, negative 1, and 2, 1, 2. Now the only thing with addition and subtraction of matrices, you just have to make sure that they are the same dimension. This is a 3 by 3, so we can do it. And all we're going to do is we're going to multiply the like position, or subtract the like position. So I'm going to take this spot and this spot, and I'm going to subtract 2 minus 2 and get a 0. I'll do the same thing for this one. I'll take my 0 and my 2 and subtract them, and I'll get a negative 2. If I go through one more, and I'll highlight one more, and then I think we'll be able to catch on to what's happening. If I subtract this from this, I will be left with a negative 4. And I'll go through the entire time like this. So I'll do a 1 minus negative 3 gives me a 4. Negative 4 minus 0 gives me a negative 4. 3 minus negative 1 gives me a 4. Negative 1 minus 2 gives me a negative 3. 3 minus 1 gives me a 2. And 2 minus 2 gives me a 0. So pretty simple. So we work with dimensions in our simple addition, subtraction, and scalar multiplication.